All right. Emergency broadcast underway. It's surreal if you're up and you're witnessing what we're going through right now. And I know there's many people that are tuned into this. You're getting this broadcast today, and you knew about this coming, and it's wild, especially when you're experiencing the energy in your body. The things that we are already witnessing. I saw some of the Facebook community was posting last night. It's amazing. Like you're seeing it, and some people are numb to, it's like right there. So there is a very stark difference of how people are going to go through the Great Solar Flash event. All right. So as I'm leaving this, since the activity started, over 60 solar flares as we prep for the big one. I'm going to be discussing what's happening in the body, ascension symptoms, what each and every one of our own responsibility is during this time. So you want to take a pen and paper and take some notes. You're going to get a lot of information in this lesson today that you're probably not going to get anywhere else. And understand that as we go through changes, and this is why we are feeling the ascension symptoms, there is destruction during the process, and a lot of things need to be cleared from the body. Remember the micro and the macrocosm. So if you are feeling these ascension symptoms, the pains, the clearing and removing that actually must happen in the body. All right. Ascension symptoms aren't a joke for those that are well versed on this. And there are people that are new. And we're at a time where there's no more denying it. We need to learn, right? We need to learn how to move forward, because anyone that wants to tune into this today, whether you're well versed, you're on board, or maybe you want to push against it, this is happening with or without you. So all this information that I'm putting out today is going to help you in your everyday life. It's not something you could shove under the rug. All right. This energy will find you regardless of where you are in the world. If you're inside, outside, it's going to affect you. So I'm very grateful. There's so many people on already. Would you kindly click the like button in the now moment? This is live, and it'll push this forward, and others will come in and get this information. And definitely take notes. We're preparing for the big one. As we could see in a short period of time, there are over 60 solar flares, and this is shifting up our consciousness, the energy that is beyond the visible light spectrum. It doesn't mean it doesn't affect our bodies, the world, our consciousness as the collective as a whole. There are several so that people have time to adjust. Dolores Cannon spoke about this time period years ago. She said it's too much for the human body to go through this all at once. So you are already seeing it in this calendar year. We have been seeing this, those that are on this journey, really in a post 2020 world. We have this several times. It's not just one blast, because you won't be ready to accept it. So what I'm teaching you today is how to make sure your body, your mind, and your spirit is able to accept it. It is not a message of fear. All right. It's just people are afraid of change. Remember that energy is the ability to cause change. So we have a tremendous ability for massive change that is hitting this earth right now as I'm speaking. Sis Khan, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. Very grateful. Okay. I'm going to start off with ascension symptoms. Not last night, the night prior. I woke up and my body felt like it was bashed apart. Okay. I had pain in my shoulder. Those that are very familiar with what I do here on YouTube and on Facebook, and I share about my wellness journey, and I'm training and so on and so forth. And I wake up and my left shoulder, the pain, the back, as I'm sleeping. Okay, so there's a lot of processes that are going on. I was joking around with my buddy in the gym. Every time it's like you don't hurt yourself lifting all the weights in the gym. You could be sleeping in your bed and you wake up. So if there's any people, Lion Teach writes absolutely 100%. If anyone felt this in the past 48 hours, you felt like your body is bashed. I literally feel like my body is bashed apart. There's a lot of pain. I'm feeling it. And again, all of our journeys are different. So for me, on my journey from everything that I have gone through and for the family lineage and so on and so forth, I'm feeling it on the left side. All right. So you might feel like you're bashed apart while you're sleeping. A lot of pain in the body. The pain is the density blockages that must be cleared and removed, healing and transformation. And eye sensitivity is kind of very annoying. So, like my screen time, it's got to be very low. There are days that I could look at the screens, especially because of what I do, and it doesn't bother my eyes. In recent times, in this solar flare energy that keeps coming up in the now moment, the screen time, it really bothers my eyes. I have other friends that it really bothers their eyes. They're experiencing this. Leave comments down below. Okay, eye sensitivity. We're observing the Schumann resonance. Okay, observing the Schumann resonance. I posted the depiction on our Facebook. The link for our Facebook is in the description. When you look at the greens, right, and you see that yellowish color and what's going across, we're looking at collective consciousness, healing, and transformation. So when you are thinking about worldly events, what's happening in the world, and when you add this all up and you look at the Schumann resonance chart and you're looking at those colors, you are seeing collective consciousness represented and healing and transformation. So as an individual, as society as a whole, as we are prepping for the big one, we are dealing with the collective consciousness of the world, your consciousness. You might be one of the people that are just waking up for the first time. It's hard getting up sometimes. The alarm is going off, and that's okay. But as a whole, there's healing that's happening. When there's healing, when there's transformation, listen carefully to the message. When there's healing and transformation, there is destruction during the process. You cannot be afraid of it. You have to come to terms. You have to come to terms. It's a world famous video on the channel page. All right. The only way out is through. You must understand this. I've gone through this shift. Remember, we're doing this at an individual level in waves. And now we're gearing up towards the big one, which is something called critical mass. Critical mass. So there is destruction in the process. It's very uncomfortable. A lot of the things that I have gone through, especially in the past few years, feeling the immediate symptoms in the now moment. There's densities, there's emotions that are trapped. You got to listen carefully. There are emotions that are trapped in the body. All right. And in order for you to quote unquote ascend, for us to receive these emotions, the stuff that's running in the background, if you will. A lot of things, you might be tuned into me for the first time. There are things that you might not be conscious of, but it's running in the background in your subconscious. That's why there's a tremendous amount of energy that is blasting this earth right now. Why? Because energy is the ability to cause change. And I hope everyone, thousands of people, write it in the comments, because this is a piece of science that everyone must know. Okay. And when you hammer on this and you focus on this, you start to understand people say, why is everything getting so intense? Everything's going up. Energy is the ability to cause change. And there's so many people, you've been praying, you've been putting out for change. What did we discuss last year in the year where it all ended? The only thing we're not doing is looping again. The only thing we're not doing is looping again. So this is where there's a drastic, it's you. It's always you, as I share on this channel. It's always you. It's your mindset. I have a bunch of buddies. I'm so proud of them, how much they've grown in the past few years. And then we have one buddy that still is waiting for everything to go back to pre-2020. Oh, we're just going to go back. Hurry up and be done with it. People aren't doing the inner work. There's a lot of people in the world, especially in the United States. I did full video on that are frozen solid, can't move the cars. It's and some people just have the mindset where, when is this going to pass? And just get back to the same loop, instead of understanding that this must change and it will change. And that's why there is these constant shakes that God is giving us. And it is getting more and more intense. So you have to have the mindset. I'm going to tell you what to do in a few minutes as we go through this broadcast today. You can't just sit there, and I've seen this, and this is where the differentiation comes from people that are just waiting for it to go back. They just want to close their eyes to it, and you could do that if that's what you want to do. And that's why a lot of people get frustrated. There's never anything that's changing in the world. And that's why it's got to get higher and higher and higher. Most people, if you are a person that is able to focus their attention throughout this talk today, you are a rare breed. And even when you think about like a million people, there could be a million people on this channel. That when you think of the whole world, right? It's actually a very small, because people they're I don't want to say addicted to the matrix. This is the way. These are the programs. They're running in the background. It's 95% of the existence. And again, sometimes we can't blame people. Remember, I use this phrase. It comes from a different place. You have to be understanding that there are people in the world, because we're popped out. We're put in front of the TV, and that frequency from the TV, from mainstream media, has been going through you since you were a toddler, and you've never seen anything different, And I've shared this over the years. I'm grateful for YouTube. I was able to have a place where I could go out and study Nikola Tesla and the secrets of vibration and frequency. Right? This is how I'm wired. Okay. Lieutenant Gilson writes, people are hypnotized. They're hypnotized by the TV, and again, this is why you have to be a spiritual warrior at this time. It's not a joke. It's not everything's unicorns and rainbows. It's getting more and more intense. People are seeing it right now. So when you're a spiritual warrior, when you're able to adapt, when you could do self-reflection, your life will change. This is also known as shadow work, right? Sometimes you have to plunge yourself into the shadows. It's scary. You got to go into the darkness. Well, God is going to put you in the wilderness. So throughout this year, there are going to be people with they're going to have two totally different perspectives of what is this? Some people are living in the kingdom of heaven, and some people, it looks like it's gloom or doom. Destruction during this process. So as I share on this channel, for example, my detoxification journey. Do you want to be healthy again this year? Why don't you click the subscribe button? Yeah, I teach you daily, physically, mentally, and spiritually strong. This is what I teach here. This is what the community, we are conscious creators. We're taking ownership, right? And I appreciate if you click subscribe. It helps to push this forward. There's destruction during the process. There was a time where, we all kind of go through like a healing crisis. If you are purging, And this energy that comes in helps us purge. So there are things that we have to purge: the toxins, the traumas, the negative thoughts. So now we're getting into the part of the message where now it's each and every person, their responsibility. These are things that we could do. And we're going to start off with reflecting and thinking about what you can improve on: bad habits, thoughts, and a bad attitude. Because these are things, all right, we have to be supportive in these energies. So these are things, right, including our diet. If you keep putting the garbage back in, all right, the processed foods, the chemicals, when this energy is coming in, it makes it harder. So you could reflect on what can you improve on at this time. Maybe there are bad habits that aren't going to be part of your life. The negative thoughts or the attitude. What is your perception of the world? What is your attitude? And that's the first thing that you want to focus on during this high energetic event. Poet 114 Records, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending love, bro. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for that. Grateful for the super chat. Grateful for the support. Grateful for the love and support. I appreciate you. Environment support. Is your environment supportive for this new energy? There's people and a lot. That's why a lot of these things, it's all a frequency and it all comes together. There could be a person and they got to live in Manhattan, and is that supportive to the natural energies? Is that conducive to where we're headed? And again, you're gonna go inside. Your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth, and you're gonna be more sensitive to certain things, right? Like years ago, maybe loud sounds didn't affect me. Now it's because it's rattling your nervous system. It's rattling your nervous system. Can't live like that no more. I'm sure there's so many people that are on this live chat or watching the replay, and you're having this, and it keeps going higher and higher. I can't live this way anymore. So you have to reflect: is your environment supportive to this solar flash energy, to how you're feeling? I have a bunch of buddies. I do feel the divine masculine is going through different things that the feminine are going through, especially in the past few months. And we all have this, power. It's not a joke in the heart. There's a lot of walking involved. There's a lot of grounding. If you're a man maybe you are a woman that's going through this as well. But from talking to the community, what I'm going through, there's a lot of walk, and by sitting inside, or it's not easy to go through the magnitude of the energy that is going through the heart chakra, which the electromagnetic field is 5,000 times greater than the brain. So all this energy that's coming in right now, the sun is blasting us away. So now we have to reflect, and what are the things that we can do? So that's the first thing. Again, we're getting to the energetic levels of things that are in the body. Resolve issues. Now these are things you got to work on. Energy's going high. Resolve issues you have with people. Anger festers inside when this energy spikes very high with these solar flares. So if you've resolved issues, if you say, maybe you're have people you need to talk to, forgive, forget, so on and so forth, the anger is going to eat you away on the inside. And as this energy rises up, so these are things, you're going to be more susceptible to more of these symptoms, because this energy is trying to clear this negativity away. So resolve issues. Communication. A lot of people, they are self-saboteurs. A lot of people, they are runners when it comes to love. Now is a time period for communication. Regret. So regret will fester inside. You might have an opportunity and you weren't true to this heart. You weren't true to it. You were operating out of the matrix ways. So this is a time period for communication. Communication, right? So you get rid of the regret. Where this is an energy where we don't hold back. It is time for resolution prior, right, to the big burst of energies. This is how we clear energetic blockages. This is how we clear energetic blockages, because that energy that comes in, it is going to clear energetic blockages. And this is why we go through the pains, the ascension symptoms, so on and so forth. So from everything I just taught, okay, anger is going to fester inside. Okay, the regret of passing up on love is going to fester on the inside. We want to resolve these things and clear energetic blockages. This is where our free will is involved. This is where there are things that we could actually do. We got to leave the ego at the door. Can't be afraid. Can't be in the ego. Oh, I'm never gonna forgive this person, or I'm afraid of love. I'm gonna keep running away from love. All these things, anger, regret. These things create these deep energetic blockages. You might have some of these things since childhood. And some of those things from childhood weren't your fault. Molly Cooper writes, "You're spot on, Michael." I appreciate that, Molly Cooper. I appreciate everyone being here. When you're getting this message today, when you think of the big one, that doesn't mean there's a big ball of fire in the sky and it burned so what I'm trying to do, and I did this yesterday, all right? You have to learn the actual truth about these things. This doesn't mean a big ball of fire, great balls of fire. Remember the song? No, it's not. That's not what it is. But in your body, you feel the Holy Spirit fire inside of you. Okay, put a like on this video if that resonates so far. Okay. So we have to understand this, all right? Yesterday, it's literally a master class. So in order for us to receive, all right, you're going to watch that lesson after this is over on what repent actually means, right? It's sometimes a lot of these things are twisted. You see the guy, right? He's holding up the sign, he's screaming at you to repent. That's not what it actually means. You must prep your body, your mind, and your spirit. And that lesson, it's going to last the test of time, and I appreciate everyone checking it out. And it's really, that is what you need to focus on, because you have to be the frequency match. A lot of people that are tuned in, if you understand the Schumann resonance, this is the world that we live in. We live within this frequency. So we have to raise our frequency as the frequency that we are surrounded with. We're living in this frequency. We have to raise our own. So by clearing energetic blockages, I'll give you like physical things, all right? For me on my journey, I eat a lot less than I did in the past. I'm on this evolutionary journey. I used to eat 6 meals a day. Now I eat 2. I still consume a lot of food in that window of time, but there's no food in the rising. And sometimes when you eat too much food, it feels like I can almost feel like it's heavy, it's too much. So you're going to have to listen to your body. You're going to have to understand and implement the changes that your body is screaming for. Some people, I'm just using this as an example because it's kind of a simple thing. Some people eat just because they're just running a program. You were just told, oh, you have to eat breakfast. When I share this, I share with a lot of my buddies in the gym, and we're all collaborating and talking. And a lot of other people naturally felt called to not eat breakfast anymore. Okay, in the course of a year, 365 days, all right? Maybe, I do eat breakfast sometimes. Not all days are the same, but what I'm sharing is this is your daily lifestyle over 80% of the time. Once again, your daily lifestyle over 80% of the time. And over 80% of the time, I have no need for breakfast. All right? Maybe my supplements and a cup of coffee in the big time, baby. So I'm not eating heavy meals in the rising. And then it's important to do activities. And this is how we're allowing the energy to pass through. We have to get rid of densities of the past. Physically, this is known as autophagy. Full videos on the channel page. All right, you're going to learn a lot on this channel. And this is the way. In life right now, right? I'm your consciousness coach. I know some people, it's too much for them to handle. Tough. Okay, if you were paying me to be a trainer in the gym, right? Oh, I want my muscles this way. I want to have my six-pack abs. I'm telling you the things that you got to do. And in this weak modern world, some people, they might get triggered by this. All right, this is where you have to be a warrior. Look, the chat's blowing up right now. Okay, you could put the crowns, you could put the lions. These are things that I do, right? And I'm encouraging other people. Fitbrit knows the answer. Right? Lowell knows the answer. These are things, if I wanted to continue on my journey, I'm just using this as an example, and I could feel my body's hurting me when I'm eating breakfast in the morning, right? And I'm going to be stubborn, and I'm going to say to myself, well, we're supposed to eat breakfast every day. I'm just using this because it's a simple thing. There are things that are even harder than that. Harder things like going after love, not living in fear. Reassessing one's life, coming to terms with things. A lot of things are difficult to go through. So when we're dealing with these energy, the more this energy comes in, the densities of the body, there's a lot of healing that has to happen. When the healing happens, there is destruction during the process. When I look and I teach about quantum manifestation on this channel, it's not just pie in the sky stuff. You have to understand. I appreciate you, Brandy. I appreciate you. So there are things when you look at the bridge of incidents of your life, all of a sudden your life, and there's people tuned in right now, and especially when this year started, you started to wait a sec. Wait, whoa, hold on. I thought this was 11/11, the blessings and everything. But all of a sudden, things started going the opposite way. How many people saw it's getting denser, it's getting rougher. This is actually how this energy works. This is actually how it works. So when you're understanding it, I needed to understand these things too. Me too, right? So this is what I'm here to teach. The energy, all of a sudden you see that everything's going it's going the opposite way. I thought this was 11/11 blessings year, the 1 year. It is. Destruction during the process. Don't be afraid of these big flares. Healing, transformation. During this transformation, ascension, Heinrich metamorphosis, there is destruction during the process. There are things that society as a whole, so I want everyone to understand that there are things in your life personally, and then there is the humanity as a whole. And a lot of us are seeing it, stuff being posted, right? Everyone's posting on Facebook, all the big revelations. Here they come, here's the revelations. And they're not nice. I was years ago, I was talking to my mom. I love my mom. She's a sweetheart. And I was telling her, this is the stuff that's going on. And she, I don't want to hear about this stuff. And there's great people in this world, right? Because it's this density. Please listen to the message. There has to be healing. There has to be transformation. We got to go towards our future. We got to protect our children. People got to hear this message today. People got to smash the like button, and we have to push this forward because this is the energy when you are seeing these things, the revelations, when we're looking at the collective consciousness right now. There is no denying this, and it's difficult. It's tough. I've been through a lot of tough times in my life, but tough times don't last. Tough people do. And it has to get tougher and tougher. And it's got to get harder and harder. Because a lot of people fell asleep at the wheel. It was like a void of generations. My grandfather worked into his 80s. Now it's Weak men create tough times. Are you seeing this in the world right now? Are there tough times? So now you got to get empowered. Now the energy of Christ has to come through to you. And now the real men need to rise. Now the divine feminine needs to rise. Do you understand what this is? The massive change is actually merging. There was a lot of polarity, separate, side by side. In ascension, there are no sides. There is only up. TJ Bacon, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. TJ, I love you. So we're raising our frequency. We are ascending, and we have to drop the baggage. We have to drop the densities. We have to I am not the same. I don't have the same thought process. My conscious has expanded in 7 years. You could hit 777, flood it with the 777. 7 years. 7 years sometimes it takes. Some people hear this. Oh, I don't like that. That goes back to the earlier part of the lesson. Some people just want to bypass. Oh, you know what? This cold is going to go away. This call, I got to wait till this, and but they're not going inside. They're not doing the inner work. This is what we need to do at this time. We got to get in there. We got to clean it out. There's got to be destruction in the process. Otherwise, if you're going to sit there and just say, I want the snow to melt and just go back to normal. It never was normal, bro. It never was normal. Do you get me? Anyone want to comment? Are you up? You're having a different experience if you're up. Some people are fast asleep. Are you up? It never was normal. You might have been like your Uncle Mike sitting in the school. I said, I'm hearing all this stuff. Then the wheels are turning. Then you go to college. I'm saying, what? Then I'm seeing all the people and the types of relate and what's going on. And I'm saying there's something terribly wrong here. And then you have to have spiritual armor during this time. I had spiritual armor. I was focused because you could get led astray. You can't fall into things, and you got to throw linear time out. You got to throw linear time out. I know there's people that hear this and say, oh, what do you mean there's no linear? You have to think differently. You have to understand the quantum. You're regenerating right now. You're getting younger right now. All these things are, if you're evolving right now, you have epigenetic age. Throw the age out. Throw this out. Throw your the standard, listen carefully, the standard of what your journey was, your life process. Oh, I'm behind. Look at these people over here. But how did those people get to where they are? Okay. Hold on 1 second. There are like things that I teach and share that are like, this is like so important. All right. So we're going to focus on this. Anyone that's taken this journey in 2026 with us, there's this window of time. There's this window of time at the end of the day when that head hits the pillow at night and it's quiet and it's time to go to sleep. All the answers, everything running in the background. When that head hits the pillow at night, you go right to bed peacefully. That's the true wealth that you need in this journey. And if there's a lot of stirring and stuff, so I usually do sleep very peacefully. It's like, I could get up and like easily make the bed. The other night, the sheets were I don't know what the heck happened. So this is like a piece of evidence. All right. Maybe think about how you normally sleep. All right. I waked up. I know there's people that just came on, right? I threw the shoulder out while I'm sleeping. The sheets are everywhere. What the heck happened during the night? So there are processes that are going on. There's processes. There's energy that is blasting through us right now. So when we're conscious and aware, maybe no, and I know myself. Even if I do lay on that side, I'm conscious of. I need like at least 3 pillows to go to sleep. Anyone else that wants to comment, you need 3 pillows, like trying to strategically get comfortable. This density of this reality I'm in, right? So, but typically, and I usually fall asleep very easily at night. Always think about what are the stories that you're telling yourself? What is the inner chat that you're having prior to going to bed? And one of the things, this is actually a symptom right now. The rate of here it comes. The rate of pee is through the roof. It's actually very annoying. Okay, so you know your point of homeostasis. I got comments on the bladder. So if anyone also wants to comment and share about this, maybe in the past 48 hours, you might have the urge to go to the bathroom. And more water is leaving the body. And we do go through phases where because of the processes, the chat is blowing up right now. Okay, we might for a period of time hold a little extra water, especially in the midsection, and then we're called to purge. We're called to purge that extra water. I drink a lot of water in general, anyway. All right, so yeah, a lot of people are feeling it right now. And what we are feeling, so you have to understand there are the ascension symptoms of the body. There are the collective consciousness of the world right now. I see so many people posting all these, and again, there are people that are frightened by it, and then you knew about this back in 2020. So that's why there's a different perspective. Again, we're focused on our consciousness when it comes to the sun and where you are, if you're in the ego, if you're on this journey. Like the other day, I left a very powerful video. Anyone that hasn't seen part 1 of this, you should check it out. And I had one of the trolls come in and the beta male writes, this guy says the sun is connected to consciousness, gaslighting me in the comment section. So this is a real life example. When you have that mindset, those types of people that want to just look at the surface and there's just gonna be a massive ball of fire and don't want to do inner work. So there are people, and I'm utilizing this as a teaching tool. That's what I do here, because there's different types of people in the world. There are people that are becoming more conscious at this time, and then there's people like that beta male in the comment section. So that's a real life piece of evidence right there. And you could deny it if you want. I don't care. I don't care if you want to crawl up in another man's comment section. That's your life, bro. What's up, everyone? I love my gym crew. What's up, guys? So, and this is what we want. I train men to become men. How you doing? All right. So, and this is what we need in our life, especially our divine feminine. I'm sure you're the divine feminine. You're saying, where's the men? Where's this? So there's a lot of out of balance things, and it's really not the collective's fault. You were given the programs, you through repetition on the TV, from media, and then social media. So in the background, all these subconscious programs, your nervous system, it has to be reset. When we go through the reset, there is destruction during the process. Now, to the physical earth itself, we already see some earthquakes in California. People were posting. When the solar flares happen, you do sometimes see increased earthquakes and volcanism. So there can be things, but when you see the shaking, it's really not to be fearful of. These are the growing pains. Do you understand? These are the growing pains. The individual, the collective. There's change. There's energy on this earth. It's coming in right now. Valentine likes that. Appreciate the fellow Sigmas being here. Yeah, you got to learn how to, even though like we're the collective and we're together, you have to also learn how to walk alone During this process in the past few years, it was shown that some people are terrified of being alone. It's main video on the channel page. If you've clicked subscribed, if you haven't yet, the video is on a quantum event. The videos are waiting for you right there. Get the studying in, get the motivation in, because this is not going away. At this point, okay, and people could deny it, run from it. It has arrived. And this is year one. This is year one. Tonight on Patreon, we'll be hosting a Zoom meeting. The link is in the description. Approximately 7 p.m. Eastern time. There's a lot to break down. Every person in the world has to make a decision of what they want to do moving forward. There were times in my life, and that's why I gave everyone what you, again, where are you? You know your journey, but main things that hold the densities: resolve issues you have with people, anger festers, communication. Maybe you have regret. Maybe you're a runner or you're a self-saboteur and you're sitting with regret. It's not a time period to hold back. When you hold back and you shove it down, okay? and I also learned this through Dr. Gabor. All right, if you're not authentic comes in many different ways. It could be an egoic thing, or it could just be a fear thing, and you're afraid of expressing your love. And when you hold this down, it throws your stomach, throws your gut off. Okay. So this is a time period that each and every one of us want to clear the energetic blockages. And as this is all going back to global events, you have two major things where everyone's looking at. I don't know. I never got into the, when I was like very small, like, and the world was different and TV was different. I watched the Olympics. I don't really watch the Olympics, but you got Olympics going on right now. I know there's people that are tuned into this and you understand, right? The Olympics going on. You have the Super Bowl in California. So there's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of things there's a lot of people that will be observing. You have to understand observing when it comes to quantum physics. Observers observe. I know the watchers are watching. How you doing? I know some of them are in the chat. What's up? Okay, watchers watch. Observers observe. And there are major energies coursing through our reality, through our body, and resetting our nervous system and clearing our subconscious. So there is destruction during this process. You are not to be scared of the destruction. We had limiting beliefs. I believe this was the world my whole life. I'm just using this as an example. And then you start going down a rabbit hole or something, right? Then you start learning the truth. Then the truth is right, it's right there, and then it's up to you if you accept or deny it. It's your free will to accept or deny it. And then you find yourself curled up in the fetal position. Oh my God, are there people that were curled up in the fetal position at one point? You could share it in the comments. It helps other people. It's not easy waking up. It's not easy going through the process. But when you have a revelation, you had a revelation. Oh my God, the world that I was taught since I was a boy, the world I was taught since I was a girl, the way I've been living, this wasn't even real. Yeah, Melanie was in the fetal position, right? Oh, this is what happens. And again, it's always the mindset. I share about content of character. You got to dig deep and keep pushing it forward. And again, as I shared yesterday's lesson, I encourage everyone to listen to it or don't. I can see and I understand this as well. It is a person's inner. I've heard this from other people years ago. Everyone's going to make a free will decision even if they're not conscious of it, if they're going to continue on past this event or not. And we've been seeing this in the world. And sometimes the subconscious makes decisions consciously whether you're going to continue, because they can't withstand this energy. I've shared this many times. I love do you love the beach? I love the beach. I'm out there on the beach, right? Observing the waves. And when you go to the beach, right, sometimes the waves that are coming in, you think you're going to go, oh no, that wave is going to knock you over, son. That wave is going to knock you over. So there's energetic waves that are coming in. And sometimes those waves will knock us over. We have to learn how to ride the wave, because there are energies in this universe that are bigger than us. So we have to become that energy, that drop of water that becomes the ocean. Do you understand? Deep stuff here. Do you like it deep? That's what we do here on this channel. What's up? Right? You become the ocean. We have been going through, and again, this is how we push it forward to other people. We have to have patience. And we have to understand that we are part of the collective. It's not a forever thing. There is a window of time. It doesn't have to be on one day or whatever. A lot of people understand the magnitude of this year. And if you don't, you could click subscribe and check out that video on this year. It's waiting for you on the channel page. And a lot of us felt this coming in our intuition. Intuition is not just a joke. You have spiritual senses. Sometimes over the course of our life, we're numb to them via toxins, the traumas of our life. If you're in fight or flight, I understand that. That's why I will always share, okay? I appreciate if you click subscribe, and I'll change your everyday life. Your nervous system is so important, and you will not have the control of those spiritual senses if your nervous system is set to fight or flight mode. And it's not there's so many people that were set to fight or flight mode in a post-2020 world. That's why you have to be a spiritual warrior. And we make it through, and we make it through to the end. So I'm very grateful for all of the support, and I hope that this message today helps you. There'll be links that pop up at the end of this. You could check out those videos at the pinned comment. Tonight on Patreon, the link is in the description. We'll be hosting a Zoom meeting. Understand the importance of this time. And again, if you're new, there is a reason why you're here. It's your divine timing. And I know there's people that are well-versed of these energies. And at the end of all of this, right, you're going to sit there and you're going to say, I survived the great solar flash. Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to be a beautiful day. I love you, Spiritual Bean Coffee. Tremendous coffee. I love you. So I'll see you tonight on the Zoom on Patreon. We'll be back on tomorrow here, 9 a.m. I post throughout the day on Facebook, and we really build the community on Facebook. I look forward to seeing what everyone else posts on Facebook. All the links are in the description. I'm grateful for all of your support. And the best thing of all is sharing this out, pushing it forward. Let's improve the lives of other people so we have the correct information that will actually benefit our lives, and not just saying, oh, there's a ball of fire and the flare and that's it. Okay, so you choose. You choose how you are going to take this moment, and you could be in fear, or you could say, you know what, this is the expansion of consciousness, and now I'm a conscious creator. I have shifted my energy, and now I start actually experiencing a massive reality glitch shift. Oh, baby. So there were about 60 flares. All right. And we share it as a community. Check out the Schumann resonance chart. I posted on Facebook. Everything is waiting for you. And know the time. Understand what's happening. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And thank you so much, Gigi. Appreciate the X-Men are activating right now. I know. I appreciate everyone. I love you guys so much. And I'm grateful for all of your support, clicking like and sharing it out. It's very meaningful when you guys do it. That's what it's it's all about. All right. I love you guys very much. I'll see you tonight. Back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. Bye for now.